What's up with the Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Today we're gonna roll out a brand new segment that I invented, that I created, and I don't want to hear nobody talking about they seen it before because I don't give a damn. It is called Trust or Bust. Okay, so in this segment, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a rookie from our 2020 draft class, and I'm gonna determine whether I trust the pick or the pick was a bust. Okay, now if you don't know what a bust is, I mean, it's usually somebody you pick too soon or you don't get the value of the pick. Okay, now if you're a Raider fan, you probably know one of the biggest busts in NFL history is Jamarcus Russell. I mean, we drafted this fat ass Happy Meal eating motherfucker thinking he was gonna be the savior to our franchise, and he ended up setting us back like 30 years. Okay, I mean, we thought we was drafting Big Ben. We just drafted big ass Uncle Ben. This motherfucker was wide as all outside trying to play quarterback. He didn't practice well. He didn't want to learn how to read defense. He just gave us nothing. And I am still pissed about that till this day, if you can't tell. Okay, so today we're going to be deciding whether Henry Ruggs, do I trust the pick or was the pick an absolute bust? Okay, now I will say I don't like critiquing rookies too much, especially after their first season, because it's like, you know, they do stuff I can't do. Henry Ruggs on his worst day will be a million times better than me on my best day. But my job here at Raider Honcho is to keep it 100% real, 100% of the time. And these are just my opinions. You can disagree with me. And if you do, please jump down there in the comments and let me know what you think. I have no problem, you know, having somebody disagree with me. That's what we're here for, okay? Raider Nation, we're going to keep it real. Okay, so leaving the 2019 season, right? We all knew as Raider fans what we needed to do in the draft. We needed to bring in some help for Derek Carr. We needed to add a legitimate number one receiver, right? Somebody with some speed and somebody dynamic enough to make plays. Now, before the draft started, my mindset was I want CeeDee Lamb. Okay, and the reason why I wanted CeeDee Lamb is because I figured CeeDee Lamb was pro-ready. I don't think with the number 12 pick, which is what the Raiders had, we had the number 12 pick in the draft, I don't think you can afford to draft a project, someone who you have to dedicate a couple years to see or reap the rewards of that pick, right? I wanted somebody who we can plug in now and get production out of right now. So I wanted CeeDee Lamb, okay? We knew the Raiders needed speed, and we all had a feeling that they would go with someone like Ruggs. But in my opinion, the speed is not all we needed, okay? We needed some other things as well. But we'll get into that. So the Raiders, with the number 12 pick in the entire draft, take Henry Ruggs, the first receiver, off the board. And to my dismay, I was upset. Anybody who's with me knows I'm like, fuck, I didn't want that guy. I wanted CeeDee Lamb. Do I think Henry Ruggs is a good player? Yes, I did. But I just think for what we needed, we needed somebody who was ready to plug in and play right now, okay? Because CeeDee Lamb is bigger and stronger and fast. Now, the thing about fast guys like Ruggs and track guys like that is that although they're ultra fast running straight ahead, I mean, Ruggs is like a damn cockroach when the light comes on. You ain't catching him, okay? He is super fast, straight line speed. He's a track guy. But when you get guys that fast, you lose a little bit of wiggle. And by wiggle, I mean somebody who can like route you up, somebody who just has moves, shiftiness. If you think of like somebody in my mind is somebody like Reggie Bush or like Devin Hester. These guys who can run 4.3 speed but can cut you the fuck up. Like these guys can leave you looking stupid. That's what Ruggs doesn't have right now. He has straight line speed, but he doesn't have that wiggle. And even though the Raiders did need speed, right, we also needed something else. We also needed red zone help. In 2019, our red zone offense was so trash, which is no different than this year, right? We didn't have a number one target to throw the ball to in the red zone. Although Waller is good, he's still a tight end, right? I wanted somebody you can put in there like a CeeDee Lamb, somebody who's bigger, stronger, more aggressive, and can go up and get the ball. That's why I wanted CeeDee Lamb, because I knew Derek Carr needed a target down there in the red zone. Now, break it down by the numbers. Right, you take somebody like CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had 16 red zone targets. He had 4 touchdowns. You take someone like Justin Jefferson, who was also available. He had 18 red zone targets and 4 touchdowns. Now, when you go down the list and you find Henry Ruggs, he had 4 targets, 0 touchdowns. So, essentially, you got 0 production from our number one pick in the draft when it comes to the red zone. One of the areas we needed help the most, we got zero production from our number one pick in Henry Ruggs. So when you break down the numbers and you look at all the other numbers that Henry Ruggs put up, stacks up against the other rookie wide receivers, well, Henry Ruggs is number 11 in receptions amongst other rookie wide receivers. He's number 11. He is number 9 in yards, and he is number 10 in touchdowns. Okay, so when you break it down, you're like, okay, well, he's top 10. Well, yeah, but he's top 10 amongst rookie wide receivers, which means wide receivers in the league, he's very, very far behind, okay? Needless to say, okay? So when you think about, you pick a guy at number 12, he's the first wide receiver off the board, and he's not even top 10 amongst the rookie wide receivers. You have to agree that Henry Ruggs at this point in time was a bust for the number 12 pick. Right now, you can disagree or agree. Leave it in the comments. If you like what you're hearing right now, hit the like button. But you would have to agree that when you look at all the other receivers that were available, I mean, we could have got CeeDee Lamb. We could have got Jerry Jeudy. We could have got Justin Jefferson. We could have got Claypool. We could have got Pittman. All these receivers we could have gotten, and we picked a guy that didn't give us the production we needed because I think Ruggs is more of a project. He's not a plug-in, ready-to-go guy. Now, I will admit that 50% of Ruggs' issues this year on the field are not his fault. They're due to circumstance and situation. 50% is his fault. So I'll break it down. I think the 50% that is not his fault is the fact that we had to deal with COVID. And I think rookie wide receivers, like most of the positions, but I think rookie wide receivers mostly need to be in the offseason with their quarterback getting reps. Okay, they need to learn the routes of the offense. They need to build some type of rapport and trust with their quarterbacks. Now, Derek Carr is the type of quarterback that is in a situation where he's trying to prove himself. He is trying to get to the playoffs. He's trying to get the monkey off his back and prove that he's a guy who can carry us to a Super Bowl. Well, with that being said, he doesn't have the luxury to sit here and build the rapport with a guy that he can't get on the field with. Okay, so we know Derek Carr trusts Darren Waller. We know that Derek Carr trusts Renfro. We know damn well he trusts Zay Jones, who isn't even a number 1, 2, 3, 4 wide receiver, but he trusts the shit out of that guy. He did not have that trust in Ruggs, and I think it's due to the fact that we didn't get an offseason in where Ruggs could come in and get those reps with Carr. So COVID and his situation played 50%. The other 50% to me is all on Ruggs. It's all on Ruggs. Number one, Ruggs does not run great routes. Okay, now you can watch the games and see that he blows by people and say what you want to say. I did the homework. I watched the films. I watched the tapes. And shout out to anybody out there on YouTube that actually puts the game footage up, because that's the shit I watch as long as my motherfucking NFL ticket that I pay all that money for. I'm watching every game. Sometimes I rewind the shit because I want to see it again. And my opinion is based off the facts. The facts are Ruggs does not run great routes yet. And I think that's due to his situation. But that's on him. Okay, he needs to run better routes because in college, you can blow by guys, and that's because not every college DB is an NFL caliber DB. Unfortunately, in the NFL, even the sorriest NFL DB is still an NFL caliber defensive back. He will find a way to guard you. Okay, even the worst DBs get interceptions, okay? So I think his route running is an issue. I think he relies too much on his speed and doesn't create the separation with his routes, okay? Another part of that is his opportunities. When he does get the opportunities, he doesn't make the best of them. And I remember Gruden saying something in a press conference that really stood out to me. He said Henry Ruggs will get more opportunities when he does more with the opportunities he's got. I remember specifically in the Jets game, Carr threw him a slant, off his hands, interception. I remember the Chargers game the first time we played them, over the shoulder catch, he only got 1 foot in. Gruden, after the game, mentioned he has to make that catch with 2 feet. I also remember in the Saints game, I think it was the Saints, it might have been the Buccaneers game, Carr threw him a bomb on the left side of the field, went right through his hands. Now, I played quarterback before. Needless to say, I wasn't on the college level or the NFL level, but I know what it's like not to trust my receivers. And you would have parents at the game saying, my son is wide open. Well, motherfucker, I practice with him all week and he drops the shit in practice. I'm not throwing it to him in the game. I'm sorry. So it's really all about trust. When Carr takes a chance and throws one of those passes up and Ruggs does not make it happen, the more that happens, the less opportunities Carr's going to give him. He just doesn't trust the guy yet, and I think he can gain his trust. But those things, making better of his opportunities and learning how to run routes, those are things Ruggs can control, and that's on him. So when you wrap all these things together, and you think about the number 12 pick in the draft, you think about the players we passed up, you think about the value we did or didn't get from that pick, you would have to agree that Henry Ruggs this season was a bust. Doesn't mean he will be going forward, but as of right now, with the number 12 pick, we did not get the value we needed from that pick, and Henry Ruggs was a bust. If you like what you saw here, if you like the content, please like this goddamn video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Until next time, Raider Honcho out.